What's up, Chroma Clubbers and Doodle Clubbers? Embrace the power of the Doodle. Okay, well, today, guess what? I actually started taking some of the players' approved terrain projects and I added them to the Doodle world. So I'm going to show you exactly how it's going. You let me know what you think of all this and what things need to change, what things need to be improved. Um, it's promising. I'm actually excited. You let me know if this actually helps with the terrain. I'm trying to find something right now that was cool and created for Terrain Week that I can add. So why don't we try one of the mountains? So Broken Voices made this mountain. And by the way, I noticed one kind of mini glitch that some players did when they were creating some of these things, like the mountain. So I'm going to place this mountain here, but if, as you notice, Broken Voices thought that this white part that was uncolored would actually show up white, but since it's a sticker, it was actually transparent. So while this is supposed to be a mountain, the white is missing for now. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm going to show you kind of what you do once you add a sticker. So this is something that a player created, and then other people could find this, other players could find it. And now you add the depth marker, so you can kind of build this into a kind of 3D mountain. And I was a little concerned about the depth thing, but I think I solved that. So here you go. You created this depth thing, right? So here's the basics of the mountain, but obviously mountains should be bigger and they should be thicker, right? So this is what you would do. You would scroll up to the top. You would then go and choose, what do we need? We need we need a scale marker. Okay, and there's an option to kind of add depth, right? This little button, which would allow it to scale kind of backwards. So now you have kind of a thick mountain here. And then also we obviously need it to be a lot larger. In fact, we might as well just make it this large. And then obviously after scale mount, we're going to have to move it a little. And, if it was white, it would look really nice as kind of the snow of the mountain. But for now, it's a big mountain. Okay, hang on, let me just lower it a little. And there you go. Looking at it from afar, I'm going to turn off these little controls so you can kind of see exactly how it looks. So that would be a large mountain. And you see it here, and then you can obviously see it on the other side. And so you could keep on doing this and just build this and add to the world and just start adding more stuff. But let me know what you think of that. Let me add some other items. Because I want to show you, and what I want to figure out is, look, once you kind of create these items, we have to also figure out what you're going to do to, oh, whoops, let me choose a simple tree, because we definitely need trees. By the way, that was a mini mountain, and I need to figure out how to make sure that you don't accidentally create one when you're selecting stuff. But here's a tree, and you would go to the depth, and what you could do is you would start building your tree. And by the way, once you kind of build these 3D items, I just added something and I'm going to work on it hopefully some more soon, which is there will be an inventory marker. And so then you can add all these items. All these items that you create will be in your inventory. And that way then you can just place these 3D items or whatever, wherever you want. So then it just makes it a lot easier to kind of place and build in the world. Um, so there you go. Here's a simple tree. Um, And now I want to figure out, and this is where you can come up with some creative comments, but we need to figure out a way to give these kind of tree or some of these items life. Like, should there be a life marker? And how do you determine how much life or how much water you need to feed it or whatever else? Because we need something kind of general like that. Because it would be really nice where you kind of can build a flower and then it's kind of has a life thing. So then any other player that uses your flower can then kind of build it in their own world, and then it'll have life or something else or whatever, and then they have to keep watering it and take care of it. But here's the basics of the tree, and now what you want to do is, I'm thinking we need to scale it a little. So let's just, whoops, I think it's trying to scale the wrong thing, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. So we scale it a little, then we're obviously going to move it up a little, and voila, there's your simple tree. So now you've got a cool mountain kind of there, and you can have a tree, and you can also start adding. Let's see. Actually, let's add a flower. Yeah, let's try with a flower. Here's a flower, and you can. Let's just see. Oh, actually, I guess I didn't select the flower, so let me select it here. Okay, so there's a flower. I'm going to kind of move to another area so that it's kind of more clear. Um, personally, I actually prefer these kind of doodle trees than the trees out here. You let me know what you think. I actually prefer these doodle trees. I think it would be nice to have some kind of doodle gel on these trees that show up, and then you could pick those up. But here's a flower. You would add, make some depth from it, give it some depth. And, whoops. Okay. I'm kind of going fast on this because I think we all get the idea of exactly how this will all work now. But it's cool. So I don't know. What do you think of these terrain items? Any feedback? What do you think? um, I'm excited about it, but I think it would be really nice if we had worlds or spaces in here that kind of have all these doodled items in there. But here's your simple flower. I think the depth and everything is fine. So it looks really nice to me anyways. And I'm just gonna just select something else. But anyways, so there you go. Look, you've got a tree. There's another flower. But this, and then now I'm going to add an inventory area so that when you choose it, then the 3D flower we made or the 3D tree or whatever else, then we could just select those and then just start placing them wherever we want. So I'm excited about this. Let me know what you think of this. We also need to figure out either a special marker so that you can give these, so that we can animate these things. And someone also mentioned that, hey, what if we had a butterfly, right? Like, how would we be able to then allow a butterfly to fly around? I think that would be super nice to have. And we need to figure out creative ways that would allow people to have butterflies or snails or caterpillars, like this really cool caterpillar, which the player made, giving it depth and having it move around. So I'm going to think about that more tonight. If you have any ideas or suggestions for that, let me know. So I think that's it for now for an update for Terrain Week. By the way, I have the new, and I discussed this with Ghost and Godly Girl, but the new week that's going to come up, hopefully towards the end of this week, will be called Character Design Week. And I'll have more details on that a little later. Now let's move on to Ask CCH. Eve asks, if you could do absolutely anything and you wouldn't fail, what would it be? Um, I'm not going to jinx it by saying it out loud, but just think about what I just showed everyone recently, just now. And maybe what you just said could apply to that. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, Hollow X asks, what's your favorite animal? I would have to say tiger. I don't know. It kind of switches off and on depending, but tiger for now. Kelly is legit asks, if you could do anything, what would it be? Um, Basically what I'm already doing, but just do it at a much better level, better quality, just being more awesome at what I'm already doing. Yellow Penguin says, why? Okay. Sprinky asks, when is the video project coming out? It might come out in the Doodle world, and I was actually funnily talking to someone about that today. It's like how we can have unique video projects. We have to think about videos that you can make that are unique to the Doodle world. I don't think that allowing you to make videos that you could make with any other kind of software would even matter. It won't be as exciting. So we need to figure out about unique videos that you can make. And if you have ideas or suggestions for that, let me know. Roxy, Foxy, Love asks, why are some animated and some not? I mean, why are the flowers drawn and the trees look animated? Because I was experimenting, and by the way, Roxy, Foxy Love is referring to this image, which kind of shows the Doodle world, and how some of it is made out of the 3D, kind of official 3D stuff, and some of it's made out of kind of Doodle stuff that players make. Um, I think that's the experiment. I prefer to Doodle style myself. I think it really does inspire me and makes me feel happy. But you know what? I think I'm also biased because Doodle Club, right? I've been part of Doodle Club. That's my concern. All the players watching this, we're biased. We like doodling. That's why we are usually, for the most part, that's why we're in Doodle Club or we use doodles. So I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think. Like I would love just looking at Roxy Foxy Love's profile picture. It would be really nice to have this character kind of doodled and moving around in the doodle world. So that's my bias. I really love it, but you let me know what you think. Plus, I think the doodling makes it feel more unique. That's it for now. Thanks for all of the questions. Take care and embrace the power of the doodle.